Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. I'm gonna be on for just a little bit, do a quest or two. Again, not for super long, because we did go for about an hour and a half earlier today. And it is getting late, and just to be completely honest, everything everywhere all at once is available for streaming now. And I plan to purchase and watch and rewatch that movie in the next few days here as well, so I'll be trying to find time for that. But I do still want to hang out, stream, play a little of this ultra hard, because I love this world and this game. So, let me just get everything pulled up on my computer, make sure it is all good. And that everything is working properly. So I have started before only to find out that some glitch was happening and the video is never coming through, so it's like a little paranoid and I like to check it now before I start playing, only to find out that no one can see. Alright, alright. Good, 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 good. I love this song. This is the Phrygian dominant scale. I believe. I should actually sit down with a piano and make sure that I'm not just wanting it to be, but I'm pretty sure it's the Phrygian dominant scale. Also known as the flamenco scale, and this one I'm like hesitant to call it because there are people that consider the term offensive, and there are people that consider the term not offensive depending on how it's being used, but the also known as the Spanish Gypsy scale, or like it's associated with flamenco music a lot of the time. Phrygian dominance. What is up here? I don't remember. What do you mean I'm in this area? What am I like? Anyway, I've got a quest selected. I don't know what... I think it's, over here is... What are the underwater sites? No, it's not one of those. Then what is it? Oh, is that a machine site? No. What is it? What am I supposedly missing out on here? I feel like everything in the Daunt is reachable without your bird. I remember. I should go do some Tolnex. Is it a signal lens up here? It's whatever it is up here. I think it is. Maybe, maybe not. No, apparently whatever it is unreachable this way, so I don't know. I think it's, no, I think it is, it's this cave. That's what it is. But it's like once you get down underwater and get inside it. That's exactly, or is it? I don't know. Maybe not. I think maybe it's like the east entrance and the west entrance or something. But I'm not doing the sunken caverns right now, but I think it is the exit to that sunken cavern. And get back on my bird, and we're gonna go to the mine and save the trapped miners. Bristlebacks. So this should be fun. Apparently I did not refill my ammo from before, but we're gonna be fine. I did mod all my weapons that I've got to, well, not the new ones, but I'm just holding those for, I don't know why. I'm not gonna use them, but I did at least remember to pop some mods on before I started playing, so. Better than I was doing. There's a little settlement over here too, if I recall correctly. There's a person here that will sell you some, like, stuff for bits of green shine. So I was using this to find green shine once. So a pro tip for upgrading your stuff that requires green shine, I like refused to do it for the longest time because I was afraid of using all the green shine I had, but it's actually better to spend it all because then if you have a quest needing it, you'll get map markers directing you to where you can find it, which is better than just exploring and hoping you stumble on it. So, alright, there's a site here. This is the one I was talking about earlier. I think. No, there's a shelter by the mine, but it's not this. Where is it then? Since I'm here, I might as well top off all my stuff. Forgot there was a workbench over here. It's like the Daunt, everything in the Daunt was like the first thing I did in my first playthrough. Now clearly I've put it off until absolute last. Can't wait to get the new sharp shot bow with those like extra special fancy pants arrows that they've got. It's really, really cool as hell, so look forward to trying it out. Alright, let's go. Check out our tools, make sure. Okay. And I do. So, top that off. Let's go save these miners. Oh, this is a problem that I have in this little settlement. If you call your bird, it lets you call it just inside the wall, and then your bird gets trapped. Super fun. I think I did that in the Scalding Spear as well. Oh, can I get that panel for Milduff here? Might as well. Buddy, don't throw your fireballs at me. They're not fire, but you know what I mean. Ow. Rough. Anyway, stop climbing everything, please. Oh my god. This is gonna sound like a cheesy excuse, but it's literally because my hand is sweaty and I'm slipping on the control because I'm... Well, it's not sweat, it's condensation from the cold drink. My hand is wet. Wetter than it should be. But that is kind of an excuse, whatever. Well, alright, we're in a better spot now. Oh my god. What's my problem? Hey buddy, that's one down. What is your problem though? But... It made me think of Jurassic Park for a second. Oh wait, no, that's not the button I wanted to press. Oh my god. That's the one I wanted to press. Birdie, what are you doing? What are you doing? Scrounger? I know, like, these normally aren't alive enough for me to see this moveset from him, so it's like been really interesting playing ultra hard and seeing these things I've been kind of like one-shotting. Finally, like, living and going through some of their arsenal. Because you get to a certain point on lower difficulties, your gear's so overpowered that you're just, like, killing things before they even see you. Oh my god, that should have hit him. Ready? Did another burrower pop out? What am I hearing? Yeah, okay. That wasn't bad. It's a little rough at first. Alright, let's wipe the condensation off my hands. Oh my god. Okay, okay. Are you okay there? Buddy. Buddy, what's wrong? That's some weird sleepwalking, man. This is the first time I've had someone glitch out on me to this degree, and I kind of love it. You know, people get really mad when games like have moments of imperfections, but it makes me super happy, personally. It's a game. Whatever. It happens. I feel this in my soul though, man. I want to just see how long it goes for. Like, are you gonna hit the water and stop, or are you just gonna keep going? I don't know, I'm so entertained by this. I love it. I mean, it doesn't get that deep here. I think he's gonna keep going through it. Incredible. Just incredible. Getting into the edge of the water now. Are you gonna go underwater or on top of the water? That's the question. Alright, we're getting our feet wet. You know, this guy actually kind of looks like my brother who used to sleepwalk. Like, he looks a lot like my brother. My brother looks a little bit of a different nose. My brother's nose is smaller, but narrower. It's just freaking hilarious. It's gonna eventually hit these logs or the chain. Or this bush. Bush. You're gonna hit the bush. Alright, I'm gonna go collect that stuff from the scroungers, and we're gonna see if he is still here when I come back, and if he's run into the bush. Amuses me to no end. I love it. Is this what I've been looking for? Yeah.
I think I have everything I need for Mildiv. Good thing, too. I can use a decent meal.
Yeah, Aloy. Let the woman eat. One bite of an apple. I like the donuts, the spicy donuts. They sound so good. Do you ever have like hot chocolate with chili powder in it? Good stuff. Or like, my hometown makes like a jalapeno beer. Sorry, I obsessively tap the focus when it's unnecessary. To have it going back to before this game was out, because I used to have it so nothing showed up with lootable without the focus being tapped. So I like the simpler layout. Okay, buddy, how are we doing on our little, where'd he go? Wait, where was I? Oh, he's gone. They got him. The void got him. It's probably for the best, buddy. Probably for the best. Okay, so after playing this game, can I just say I looked up the art of Albert Bierstadt? Albert? God, now I want to look it up. He is Albert. It's Albert Bierstadt. He's a German-American painter who is known for his landscapes of the American West, and they are phenomenal. And I feel he does a style called luminism, which is like really focusing on the impact of light in environments. And I feel like this game also has that vibe. Oh wait, no, he is still here! He was in... Was he in the bush, or did he disappear and come back? But, hey, yo! I took some pictures of the Skytanok territory, which is the equivalent of Yosemite, in the style of Bierstadt. So I put those up real quick. See what you guys think. This, just walking through the dot reminds me of it because it's like so the vibe of this guy's paintings. Check this out. There's a little thread. I just did 3 of them, but I think they're... And it just goes to show how well this game captures the unsettled or uncolonized West, I guess is a better way to... because, like, he was here before people really moved out, as I understand it, with, like, the gold rush, but... Because that's, like, the whole 49ers thing. Well, maybe not, though, because he was born in 1830, so he's probably, like... I don't know. I don't really know that much of his biography, but just that, like, he does a lot of, like, the Sierra Nevadas and Yosemite, the Rocky Mountains, and they're just really gorgeous paintings. This guy, though, he's cracking me up. Look at him. He's just making his way. Think he's gonna hit the log and stop, or do you think he's gonna clip through it? I don't know. But he's cracking me up. Buddy. You been drinking machine fluid again, buddy? So close to finding out how this saga ends. Bro, your shoe's clipping into the ground. You okay? As soon as he hits this log, I'm gonna actually go do this quest. I'm invested in this man's story at this point. Seriously, though. Except for the brother that this guy looks like is gay, so I'm headcanon this guy is gay now, too. He looks like my brother. Alright, moment of truth. Moment of truth. Are we gonna clip through the log, or is the log gonna stop this epic journey? There we go. It's been real, man. This is Ted Farrow's fault. Good luck on your journey, buddy. Let's go save these men. How do I have a small health potion? Psh, whatever. Let's drink it next time I get hurt. See, doesn't that look just like a frickin' Bierstadt painting that I just linked to? Looks just like it. Just like it. See, and that would be, not the lens flare, because they didn't have, like, photography necessarily back then, but like how it's like it's painted by the way the light is hitting it, right? That's luminism. Is except for now the sun's going down, we're not seeing as much of that. But just like the way that they would try and like paint God rays and stuff, it's really beautiful artwork. You know, the way Gorilla's rendering system in the Decima engine works is kind of like a weird version of if a tree falls in a forest and the camera's not facing it, does it render? Like, if you think it, because the way, I'm not really great with like the technical aspects of it. I don't know what I don't know, but I like also, like, I've read enough to feel like I have at least some grasp on the way their whole thing is. Like, it's actually looking at, like, oh, this object, and you can see it sometimes in the artifact that comes up in this game because it's only rendering what the camera's line of sight is, and anything that's not in the camera's line of sight isn't going to render. And I was just thinking the other day about how that kind of matches that philosophical question in its own way. Which, I don't know how that does or doesn't differ from normal games, but apparently it's done in a way unique enough to have it be notably called out as something unique. There's some unique way about how the Decima engine does it. That supposedly is part of why they're able to get like the detail in the world they do or something. I don't know. Apex. So I guess it is sunset, huh? Throw rocks at me. You guys are free to come and help on this fight at any time, you know. Aloy, we rolled out of the way of that. Where'd the other one go? Yeah, I've also had sometimes the viewing angle was just ever so slightly off from what was. I've had just like holes in some of the environment on what you can see sometimes. But I'm playing on PS4, so whatever. Also, it's like the game. They made the majority of it great. If there's some problems, whatever. I have fun playing it. Like, just as someone who's worked in a creative field, you hit a point where you just get tired of everyone's opinions, honestly. Like, I was a stage musician it wasn't a TV show, but it wasn't not a TV show. It's a complicated thing to explain. It was really weird. And just, like, the things people would, like, email my organization about or call in about, it's just, like, the person on stage, like, smiled too much, and they didn't have the respect to the circumstance with the way that I was just like, really? But then someone else would say the same thing, they didn't smile enough, so it's just like, you're always going to piss someone off. You are always going to be pissing somebody off over something completely arbitrary that they've made the most important thing in the world. Whatever. That doesn't mean like you don't care about people or don't listen to feedback, but it's like you gotta regulate what you're gonna let affect you. Alright, this guy right here, this is a real deal. I love Corvind. He is a good man. Good leader.
You good?
I'm okay. Thank you, Corvind.
Corvind? Arnav sent me. I'm...
Not now.
Easy. What happened?
Worked himself to collapse while Ulvund is sitting.
The water flooded the whole place. Some of my guys are still...
ignoring the
You're
need.
still down there. Can't stop.
You've done enough.
It's interesting how he parallels what Aloy goes through later, too.
Are you hurt?
I'll live. The others. Please.
I need to know exactly what happened.
We used controlled blast to open up new veins in the mountain. One of them must have gone wrong. I can't. I have to go.
How many are still down there? Corvin, how many?
Two. Two, I think. Two more.
I'll do what I can.
Oh, yeah? Isn't there there's a data point somewhere, I don't remember where, that kind of outs Ulvin's corruption, and maybe it's part of the quest. There's some, wait, is it? I don't remember where. There's a data, well, I already have all the data points. What am I doing? There's a data point that like ties Ulvin to, basically, it would be a glyph scanned, or would it be a, I think it's this one. But basically just kind of pretty sure it outs Ulvin's like secretly running stuff and kind of being the person that endangered everyone. I don't remember how it ends up playing out, but nice. I should do that. Would you guys be interested if I did some like photo mode streams and just kind of like talked about like my approach and like showed some of my techniques or something? I feel like I don't know what like I'm doing that is or isn't unique, because I just know how I think about and approach things, you know what I mean? So I never know like what to talk about in those, so it's kind of like but I could do stuff and like take questions or even just like get suggestions from people, because I don't know what I haven't thought of either, and it's just like we all win when we work together, learn from each other. It's very interesting to do this on New Game Plus with unlimited oxygen and already having the ability to ignite fire gleam. Also helpful. I do love this music too. This is so freaking pretty. This reminds me of a level in, have any of you played Blasphemous? It's like a Metroidvania with a little bit of a Souls-like edge to it, but not Souls-like at the same time. It's like kind of, it's punishing, and so people kind of refer to it Souls-like, and it does have a parry system. And also it has a mode you can use where all of the stuff you get you lose when you die, that you have to go kill to get it back. But that is not the default mode. That's a New Game Plus mode where you get like extra, they call them penitences. And that's actually the only mode I haven't beat the game on, not because it's difficult, but because there's 3 different penitences and I've done 2 of them and 100% of the base game. So like, on the 4th playthrough I kind of got tired of playing it and haven't gone back to it yet, basically. So what happened, because it's 4 times in a row, so. Howdy, Redemption. Welcome. I don't know why I'm exploring. I don't need any of the resources I would find down here. I can just buy them. Sup, buddies?
Are you okay?
Who are you?
Corvin sent me. Are you hurt?
My leg. I was a little too close to the blast.
What happened?
We were blasting in the farthest tunnel, but the scaffolding didn't hold. It collapsed. I think it blocked the drainage shaft. Water started flooding the place as quick as I drink ale. I barely managed to drag us here.
So something's keeping the water inside the tunnels.
What are you thinking?
I've got an idea. Are there more explosives?
Are you crazy?
Yeah, she'll still be some up top, but you'll need these fuses.
Are you crazy?
You can't move, and I'm not leaving you.
I can
It's
attempt
not
to
like she can
answer,
make
or I'll
things
let you know a
worse.
good resource maybe
Don't go
to
anywhere.
try and find an answer if I don't know. What's your question?
To find whatever's blocking that drainage shaft and blow it sky high. Hopefully without bringing the mine down on top of me.
Oh my god, what am I doing with my life? Can you just not go that way, or no, you can. I don't know what I was stuck on for a second there. That was weird.
Almost there. Oh. Made it. There's the debris blocking the shaft. If I can reach those explosives up on that track, maybe I can blast through the blockage.
Burrowers. I hear you. I don't see you. Nope. Trying to remember the way through here, but we're just gonna do stuff until we get somewhere. It'll be fine. What just happened? How far have you gotten in the game? I don't want to spoil anything, because the answer to that isn't straightforward. But I do have a lot of feelings about that answer to that as well. Because it seems to me like they intended for there to maybe have been a fourth friend, and I think that fourth friend was in the quest we did earlier today. Because it's a little weird that she's like the only person we run into that's like, we don't have a Karja representative. We do have a Banuk in Silence. We have a Zenith of sorts in Beta. We have an Oseram in Eren, the Tanakh. I guess we have an Utaru in Zoe, Nora in Aloy, and Varl. But we don't have a Karja. Like, kind of weird. I guess Eren being like the captain of the Vanguard sort of works as a Karja representative, but it just, the way they were marketing the game caused a lot of fans, at least the ones in my circle, myself included, to think that Talana was going to be a much bigger part, especially because she was literally at the Battle of Via Light with us, and it's like Eren and Varl continued with us, but Talana was doing her weirdness with Amadis. And like, yes, she does have an obligation to the Lodge, but she was able to leave to investigate the black-plated machines in the first place, which is the plot of the comic. Hawk and Thrush comic. I think that's the name of the comic. It's either the name of the comic or that's the name of my friend's fanfic, or both. Yeah.
Need to find a way up to those explosives.
She's kind of trying to change the way the Lodge is run, though. Like, she does have her duty to the Lodge, and there's also jerks that are, like, trying to, like, kind of get it out from under her. Is the vibe I'm getting. I'm not as, like, encyclopedia knowledge on that as I would like to be, but I've just kind of absorbed a lot of that passively through friends of mine that are. But, like, it makes sense that she has her duty to the Lodge, but it's just having that be the reason she can't spend a few months with us when she's already had other reasons for taking off for months at a time. First, going to the west to investigate the Clawstriders, getting stabbed through the abdomen by one, recovering from getting stabbed through the abdomen, which, why doesn't she have a scar? It's kind of weird that she doesn't have a scar. Like, Aloy's got a scar on her forehead from the rock, and she's got a scar on her neck from Helis's blade. But for some reason, Jelana does not have a scar on her abdomen from getting stabbed through the abdomen by a Clawstrider, which is how she met Amadis in the first place. Amadis found her body and patched her up. And she was out for a good while, and she found him after he saved her. Maybe. I mean, everyone in the game is a robot in a sense.
There's the explosives up on the track.
But it did feel like, because the thing is in the very first promo poster, it was just Talana. So it's like, it just felt like she was going to at least be more integral to the story. But then in the more recent promotional material, the one that's got like Regala on the right side in red, and then it's got like Aloy and her people on the left, and then we've got like Silence and Tilda in purple. Talana's not on that poster, so it was just very weird as a fan who followed a lot of the release promotional materials to have Talana be in the comic. Have Talana be... I like that this part parallels two of the quests in the first game. It was just very weird to have it seem like they were indicating something about Talana's involvement being more integral, and then having enough rooms in the base for there to be space for her. Even having her come through the base and leave the flower that she left and then not seeing her again. It just felt really weird. Now what would be cool though is like a Hunter's Lodge DLC, kind of in the style of Ghost of Tsushima, where we could play multiplayer co-op but have it be more of a cherry on top of the game, with an independent story, independent characters.
Guess that got its attention.
If anyone has played Legends mode in Ghost of Tsushima, I really love the way they handle that, because it keeps the story its own independent standstill. It doesn't like detract from the investment they put into the single player gameplay, but it opens up just the opportunity to play around in the world in a multiplayer cooperative sense. I don't really like competitive multiplayer super duper much. It can get really just like a lot to keep up with if you're like, I've had periods of time where I was like working in healthcare and we were understaffed, and I was like working like 60 or 70 hours a week. I can't keep up with the meta on multiplayer shooters. And just even like, but I do have my theories about that. Obviously, like, Guerrilla's known for Killzone, and we do have rumors about them having some
Check on those miners.
shooters, you know, with PlayStation kind of having some stuff in development, and possibly Guerrilla's involvement. I'm not super great about game rumors, but I do find it curious that Guerrilla did implement even just the leaderboard and some basic stuff with online involvement. And I have noticed on their webpage they do have a posting for technical programmer to maintain an online system for multiplayer. Or they did, at least. Multiplayer elements. But that could be as simple as like something like the leaderboards for other games or something, but it could be more, who knows, or it could be for a different game. But I did find that curious, intriguing, personally, but who knows. I wouldn't like read too much into it either and start weird rumors that are based just off of, what am I doing? I don't remember how this quest goes at all, and I'm talking more than I'm paying attention. I don't really care to go around and find all that stuff right now, honestly.
She's so dead.
We don't know that.
That's great. Sup, buddies? I'm alive. I did science, and I'm still alive.
You did it.
I thought you blew yourself up.
Are you two okay from here?
I can get this idiot down. Don't you worry. Thanks, kid.
Kid. The guy looks like a maybe within 10 years of her age at max. Although, to be fair, I definitely started calling 20-year-olds kids when I turned 30. Sorry, everyone.
Come on. Up we go.
There is something that happens, and it'll happen to you too. It's not even a disrespect thing. It's just like literally it becomes harder to tell. You don't realize it till you're on the other side of it, and you're like, I can't tell if you're 12 or 20. I just can't anymore. I'm sorry. It's not meant to belittle. That's kind of fun. Little hole in the lighting. Oh my god. There. Okay. You can finally rest, buddy.
I found the two you mentioned.
Go have a drink with your crew.
But could probably use a hand. Is that everyone?
It is. I dread to think what would have happened if you hadn't shown up.
I knew we were blasting too much, but the man who staked the claim...
Aside from Talana, I mean, do you think it would have been Talana, or did it feel to you like they were initially setting it up for that? And
constant demands.
or did you have an idea that there should have been a fourth person? Because I did get a vibe that like it felt like there should have.
You were there for your crew when they needed you. That counts for something.
Ulvan can threaten me all he wants. I am not letting my people back into those mines.
Because by the time we get more than 4...
Yes. I can take it from here.
Like, Beta sets up shop in the basement. Like, Silence
keeps coming up.
kind of got his own little space that's not... But there's 4 beds in that one room.
Someone's gonna have to deal with him.
But then we've got other people that are in and out with Silence Tilda, and Regala, depending on what option you choose with her, can hang out in your base for a little bit.
Thank you, Huntress. I'll see the last
Yeah,
time I get
exactly, though. That 4th bed makes me wonder, I don't know, maybe... I do have a theory that because of that, I have actually thought maybe we're going to meet an additional tribe in the DLC, because of where this game leaves off does seem to lead, like, the next thing we're going to be prioritizing is possibly, like, what if we meet someone from one of the other Eluthias coming up from, like, South America? People have theorized Quen, but the length of time it would take to travel there and the danger of traveling there. Granted, we do have the Odyssey now, or whatever that ship, like, they refer to it as the Odyssey, but Gaia also says that it couldn't be the Odyssey because the Odyssey takes 300 years to get to Sirius. So maybe they're just uncreative with the name, I don't know. It's a little bit of a weird, like, we don't know what we don't know about that. But, like, I could see how they could use that to get other places. That would feel weird to me. Yes, Alba is Quen, but Alba stayed back and the rest of the Quen went home. And it talks more about us setting up a means of communication because they gave Bohai a modern focus. And we do know, like, I do know there's been question about, like, where precisely the Quen are from. I think that the fact that Bohai is named Bohai and there's a Sea of Bohai in China answers that for me well enough, personally, as well as the, like, the quest with Alva and settling the thing with the flood, whatever, I don't remember what it's called. It's been too long. Seemed to indicate to me pretty clearly that they came from China. But I'm wondering if we're gonna head south to the Burning Shores, if we will end up running into perhaps the northern expansion of Central or South American cradle people that are not from Eleuthia line. Because I feel like at this point, outside of the Quen, all the other tribes we've met are the people that descended from Eleuthia 9. But it does seem to me like that the focus gearing up to prepare for the next game is kind of going more global. And getting, you know, it's going to be a fight to save the Earth. I hope it doesn't do it in too much of a like Mass Effect-y way with the Reapers. If you've played Mass Effect 3, it does become kind of a befriend all the different species and unify the galaxy kind of thing. But it does seem like, obviously, like the threat has gone from outside of this region to a global thing, and that feels like the right direction for where the story's going, rather than trying to get Hephaestus back. I don't think we would do getting Hephaestus back until Game 3, because Hephaestus being not in our control is kind of integral to the whole robot dinosaurs being the thing we're fighting thing.
Did you just...
Back to work, everyone.
Wow. Buddy. Ow. Charlie. Okay, have any of you watched Love, Death, and Robots? Because there's the one that has Michael B. Jordan in it. Really changes my, like, the whole perspective of, like, just how horrifying fighting a dog-sized robot dinosaur is. Like, he is just trapped with one that looks a lot like Boston Dynamics Spot. And it's like horrifyingly tense. It's really well done too. Highly recommend. What's up, Thorn? How are you? I've been enjoying your video clips from Horizon on Twitter today and the past few days. I don't know why I'm even grabbing this stuff or even stop to fight him. Alright, so I want to stick and do Daunt quests, so let's see what else I've got. Let's do this. Oh no, what happened? This little burrower is, died halfway in the ground. Oh. I'm glad to hear you're fine. I'm just doing a couple quests clearing out the Daunt. I did Talana's Burning Blooms and Need to Know. Wait, do you still have stuff to say to me, buddy?
Thank you, Huntress. I'll see the last two make it out. Thank you, Huntress. I'll see the last two make it out.
Okay, I wish that didn't still act like he wanted to talk to me, but that's fine. Okay. So where am I going now? Going to the opposite edge of the Daunt. So I'm gonna go over to the shelter, restock all my crap, and then fast travel there. I have not tried arena yet. I still need to restore the arena to being functional, which I forgot, because I tried to at least have a look there to see about the rewards, and I totally forgot that you have a whole quest getting the arena back open. So I ended up not doing that. I gotta be really honest, I am not motivated by the like competitive nature of the arena at all. I might eventually get there, but I'm not yet. Especially with the fixed loadouts, I'm just more dreading trying that, but I am going to at some point, just because it would be wrong not to even try. Same with the melee pits. But we will see how that goes and how I feel about it. Okay, whatever that was is up there. No, it is a signal lens. Okay. Must have just not flown high enough. This keeps freaking me out. I keep, it's like, the way it's the shadow, like, it's that. The fact that when you're, like, it gets a weird angle or, like, a shadow under it, it makes me think it's an artifact, but it's just the way that it's rendering is, like... Which, it makes sense with how the whole map is kind of... But it just keeps throwing me off to see it look like that. Okay, alright, okay. Let us go here. Are there new outfits? Or are you saying in your first playthrough? I think I was misunderstanding at first. Yeah, that's okay. I like, as soon as the sentence escaped my mouth, I was like, oh wait, I think I know what I just misinterpreted. I love communication is very fascinating. All the ways it can go wrong. And in that case, it was me misinterpreting what you said. I don't remember how this quest goes. I feel like this is very similar to the one I just did, except for there's bristlebacks inside instead of
said the bristlebacks were first
miners.
west of the quarry.
And I think I like confused the two for each other because I thought that other one was more extensive. I was like, when I was doing all the stuff in the Daunt the first time I played this, I was still just like kind of awestruck that the game was finally out because it got like
Dead bristleback by the falls.
Real emotional for me. This game has meant, like, it's the first time I've like let myself get invested in something like a kid without restraint since I was a kid and Ocarina of Time was coming out. I haven't really followed like games before launch super close or anything. Just like life got busy, whatever. I don't know. But I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna just love this as much as I feel like loving it and get super into it and just track with everything and let myself get hyped. Because, I don't know, like, why don't we let ourselves do that after a certain age? And it was fun and it was awesome. But it also meant that, like, yeah, there was a lot of emotions tied up in actually playing it for the first time. This where it almost like, I hit a point at death's door where I was stopped being able to feel anything about the story because the way it just turned up and how it was like drinking from a fire hose, if that makes sense, where I was just like, I feel so much that I can no longer feel anything anymore. Like a rebel camp? Oh, is it people I have to fight? I remember there being bristlebacks inside a cave, and we were finding how they got... Doesn't this lead kind of out
An old mine.
towards...
Broken trees. It's like a stampede went through.
Because this also feels a lot like the Eclipse quest, but this isn't the Eclipse quest.
How? Unless this cave leads out of the Daunt.
Exactly, Dorn. Exactly. Like, as soon as they announced it, I didn't even know it was coming, and it was just like, there's still more for them to surprise me with. And, like, I didn't even think there were gonna be face paints or... But, I mean, I was, like, hoping for it, because I really... Like, Zero Dawn was the first game I really, like, attempted to play on hard mode, because I wanted the damn face paints to take photos and, like, have all the different face paints. And, like, I normally don't care about cosmetic stuff in games, but there was like almost like a bragging right kind of thing where it's like, no, I'm gonna earn this so I can take my pictures with it and just be like, hell yeah, I did this. I'm not competitive until I am, and then I'm like, really, like, y'all saw me, I was like just here having fun, but then I was like, no, I'm gonna do this in a 26-hour sitting. And so it's like, that's part of why I'm not competitive, is because if I let myself be, it's gonna be bad for everyone involved. If that makes sense.
Let's see where
So it's like as a form of self-regulation to keep me sane. That's why I had to get out of mortgages. Like, I was making great money, but I was working myself 80 hours a week just because it's like, if I go into, you have to be in a I need to win mode to do commission sales. And if I let myself go into a I need to win mode, it's going to be whatever it takes. And that's just not good for me. No amount of money is worth that, so.
The old cart tracks collapsed.
But God, if you can actually self-regulate, get into mortgages, you will make so much money. It's the easiest work on the planet. Getting your license is a little bit tough and expensive, but place I worked for covered that. So it was a good deal, but it was just not the field for me.
There's smoke.
I've done so many weird ass things. I've like worked in hospitals and been in the OR and done mortgages and also been a stage musician. Like, I don't even know who I am, what I do with my life. It's fucking weird. Goodbye, piggy.
So they did come through here. They must have gotten trapped.
Oh, right. I'm on ultra hard. That's right. They take more than 2-3 hits. It's gonna be fine. You having trouble there, buddy? Can you even get up here? It's just every machine is super easy if you hit their weak spots. It's been kind of absurd how quick everything dies. Almost makes me want to unmod my bow. Or use one of the new ones I got. But it feels right. What I need to do is a new game, ultra hard, and then I will stop being like, oh, this is easy. Where am I going anyway? I just look at the like, this is just nice. You know what game is weirdly exactly like Horizon? My time at Porsche. Every game is, one, if you come on this channel and I'm playing a game that's not Horizon, I'm still going to be talking about Horizon because I have this weird thing where every game is Horizon and I will point out why. And a lot of it is with full acknowledgement that Horizon itself is leading into tropes and you're just gonna, but it's funny to me to do and to overdo and to beat that head horse, wow, can talk words good. Fully into the ground. It's just hilarious to me. What am I doing? Where am I going? Talking and not paying attention. Investigate the smoking tunnel. Fine, I won't jump on there. Did I just get myself stuck? No. Okay, great. Let's walk over here like a normal person. Okay, this is what I was thinking of in the other one. This is the place that implicates Olvind. That's right. This is, I was right. He's got his little, like, stash that he's, like, storing and importing and smuggling and...
There's enough blaze here to blast a mountain open. And there's a note on one of the barrels.
I thought so. I was pretty sure that it was something you had to encounter as part of a quest because it's about implicating Olvind. Okay. I did remember.
Supposed to be shut down. They must have gotten greedy. Kept blasting deeper into the mountain. I should let Javad know what I found.
It's like Moria. We awoke something in the deep. Drums. Oh, you are missing out on so much of the story if you never read the data points. Did you read them in Horizon Zero Dawn? Most of what happened in this game, the way they went about it surprised me, and a lot of it I didn't think was going to happen until, like, Game 3. But most of what happened in this I was expecting, because they laid out almost everything that happened in this and foreshadowed it really well in the data points, and it's a lot of fun to dig around in. Like, they did amazing world building. We learned about the Odyssey, we learned about Far Zenith, we learned about life extension techniques. Where am I going? Not here. Oh, that was it. Go talk to the dude. Okay. Bye-bye. That makes sense. That totally makes sense. I'm like the kind of person that spent half of my time in Skyrim fighting and reading all the books. So.
Wind was secretly blasting in the mine, trying to squeeze it for all it's worth. Until there's a back stampeded through. Maybe the explosions blew a way open? From where?
Like, if you've never seen the data point from Horizon Zero Dawn called Phantom Limbs, or Phantom Pains, it's either Phantom Limbs or Phantom Pains, but it's talking about Phantom Limbs, and it, like, describes what it's actually like to be eaten by the nanites and the Pharaoh Swarm from this perspective of a soldier who had that happen. And it's, like, talking about the nano haze stripping my legs layer by layer, and I'm in two places at once as the medevac bot drags me off the battlefield, and they're gonna fit me per prosthetics and say I'll be good as new, but I'll never be whole again. It's just like, ugh. And then, you know, like, the whole reason these people were out there in the fight enduring that was based on the lie that General Harris told them, that Liz signed off on, really puts the things that happened at the end of this game into perspective in a whole weird-ass new way. Like, the whole villainy of Tilda at the end of this game is not that different from what it is different, but it's not that different from what Zero Dawn was with enduring victory and the lie that they told. It's kind of crazy to think about, and that's not to like villainize Liz. It's just to address how Tilda wasn't really reading Liz wrong. Liz let all humanity die so that humanity could have a future, but everyone currently alive was gonna die. Oh yeah, there's definitely some funny ones. I wish I could remember the name of it, but so you have to kind of know a little backstory about who Harriet Choi is. But there's this person named Harriet Choi that is featured in a few of the data points in the first game. And basically she's part of this like terrorism disease. I'm really bad at doing this off the cuff because it's just the way my brain stores information is more in a general sense than in like details and jargon. So I get really bad at terminology. One, I'll just preface this story with that. Oh my god, calm down, buddy. Alright, you gotta die now. You could have lived if you'd have just like ignored me, but now you've signed your own death warrant and you're a machine, so you don't really care, so it's gonna be fine, But in this game, there's a data point that's basically a chat room conversation between some people who were victims of the Doomsday Plague that they released, okay? And they're just talking about, one of them is talking about how basically have incontinence as a like symptom, latent symptom side effect over what the engineered virus that they released did. And it's almost like it almost plays out like the Division in the backstory. We don't know a lot about it, but basically one of them had Harriet Choi's face printed on the pads they have to wear for their incontinence, so that every time they piss, it's right on her face. And I think that's hilarious. It's sad, but it's also like kind of great in its way. Just the fuck you energy behind that is satisfying in a way, if that makes sense. There's a lot of interesting stuff as well in Zero Dawn. One of my favorites. So, you know, Travis Tate is the one that's chewing out Liz, saying he'll get her a bottle of absinthe and some pizza rolls and they can just chill, right? Like, and that's kind of like their relationship is always kind of like giving her a hard time about her just not having the same values as her. I think Aloy is acting like the queer person she is. You ever seen the rock collections that ladies who like ladies tend to have? It's a thing. Not for everyone, but there is a joke in there, I promise. And neurodivergent people. And there's a significant overlap between the two. Hold on. I don't know. Anyway, I forget what I was about to look up. I think I was going to look up the Harriet Choi thing, but whatever. I'm just going to play the game. You can look that up on your own. No, that's not how I meant that. Although,
Ho there!
I think... Oh, kid with hammer, so cute.
I'll keep some fire crackling for you.
Not the one I wanted selected, this. If you ever want to get a good look at the people in the town. So the kid puts the hammer down, because this is a thing that randomly loads in. They'll hit with the hammer, they'll put it down, and then the sun is going down, so they're going to go to bed, but what they really do is they go to the hut that everyone stands in at night. And no one actually ever climbs in bed and sleeps. They just go into a hut and stand by the firelight until the sun comes back up, and then they go back to their meandering around town. But since it is getting late in the day, he is going to go start wandering over to the hut where everyone stands, and there are beds in the hut, but no one ever goes to sleep. Alright, I'm going to turn this quest in. But watch the kids with a hammer sometime, it's really freaking cute. Also, if you ever see any of the kids pick up the little boar on wheels toy, they'll ride it around. Also very cute.
Here. What news do you bring?
Picked up the bristleback.
You know, that might be what it is. I mean, think about it. Diamond rings, right? It's just a shiny rock.
The mine? How could a herd of bristlebacks come from there?
I personally don't give a crap about gemstones and gold and silver. Like, it's just like...
The love of Dawn,
wearing jewelry is uncomfortable to me. And
risk.
I don't need
Those
shiny,
tunnels,
blingy,
they run
whatever.
for miles underground, even beyond the Daunt. No, you don't think.
That Ulvin's blasting opened up a passage from the other side?
That's no problem. Like, if people want that, that's fine.
Yes,
it's just for me,
perhaps.
It would just be annoying.
If this is true, we need confirmation.
To have to wear.
An inquiry. So
I tend to lose jewelry.
So
It just scares me to have like $6,000 on a finger
Right,
that can get caught on. Like, have you ever seen a degloved finger? Because I have, and I don't want that in my life. Especially not on my
I
hand.
need to go.
Of course.
Eyes up here, brother!
At the embassy, Regalla's rebels were riding bristlebacks. If they attack from the north, they might have a camp up that way.
Yes. Something else?
Okay, I'm off.
Sunlight
Alrighty.
your path.
Ah, there you are. I happen to receive another visit from Ulvin himself. He was
Might be a
pushy,
good idea to
but
stock up
I
on
stood
some
my
food before
ground.
I head back out.
And dare I say it, I even got my own
Serious.
back. Yes, I did.
I'm listening.
I love
When I
mildew so
made this
much.
meal, I used 3 pinches of salt. Instead
The
of
look
2.
on her face.
Each journey begins with a single step, I guess. I think I have everything you asked for.
Then just as you have inspired me,
It's
let us
just
see
the
if I can
best.
return the favor.
It's just the
Time to
best.
cook.
Right. I love him so much. He's just the best. Also, that looks really delicious. Aloy,
Mild, if that was inspired.
not the palm of your
Next time you
hand.
want the best provisions, you know where to find me.
For me, I'm just like,
Next order
no,
of
like
any
now your
dish
hand is gonna be like,
on
Thanks.
it's gonna have grease
And
on
don't
it, and
forget
then
to
that's
stand
gonna
up for
like, it's just like, I'm
Funny you
just
should
thinking
say
of
that.
just how much
As it
that would
happens,
annoy me. Like,
I'm
even
already
just having a
cooking up
little
my next portion of the
condensation
resistance.
from the drink on
Hope
my
to see
hand
you
and then
again.
touching my control. I'm like, can you imagine being in battle, needing your bow to work, and then it's like your hand is like got freaking fatty grease from a delicious pork meal stew thing that you just ate, but it's like, Aloy, even if you do use your hand to wipe your mouth, don't use the palm of your hand to wipe your mouth, please. Like, use the back of your sleeve or something, but just, you need your hand to grip your bow and your spear.
Come for another round?
How are the refugees doing?
They keep to themselves mostly, but they
And,
have food
like, that'll
shelter.
soak into the
Some of
wood.
them found work around town.
I like eating with my hands. Like, I like going to the restaurants that, like, don't give you silverware, like Ethiopian food. You actually formally eat it with your hand.
Then they'll be just fine.
But you wash your hands before and after. You don't touch porous wood that will absorb it. It's not even an OCD cleanliness thing. It's just literally like, that's bad for your weapons maintenance. Like, I play bass guitar. My favorite guitar is, it doesn't have like a gloss seal finish. It's just tung oil finish. So it's like, what that wood absorbs is the health and well-being of that guitar and can lead to a stench.
So the bristlebacks.
And I'm just imagining the smell of her, the grip on her bow.
You're a pig.
If she's getting all this
Blasted
grease
things, those bristlebacks.
and spices
They just
on
showed up one
her
day,
gear,
rampaging around the
it's just
valley like they exploded out of a forge. Lost some good people. But bless the bellows, you cleared them out and got this place working again. That put a dent in Olvin's plans. Now, if only
Someone put
there
up a
was
really,
some
really
way
funny
to
TikTok
smash
that's
them all
like
together and run 'em out of town.
counts of how many times
How could
Aloy
bristlebacks and the Dawn
looks down
top Olvin?
2 words.
on
Concession
Petra.
decree. Since no one knows where the bristlebacks
And
came
by
from,
look
Olvin
down,
has
I
taken to
mean,
blaming
like,
the Karja for 'em.
checking out
He's hoping
her
to dig up enough old resentments to get a strike going until the concession's
find the link.
signed.
It's really funny.
This is just his latest attempt.
See if
He's
I can
been trying
find
to
it.
rile up the workers since the
Wait,
day
that's
he
not
rolled
where it
into
is.
town.
About that, I think the bristlebacks came out of Olvin's old mine.
Now there's a spark that could light a fire. Can you prove it?
I'm working on it.
By the forge. Grab my ear if you nail it
Yes,
down.
yes. Yeah, they put it up 2 days ago. I'll send the link real quick. I think it's hilarious. Copy link. That's the button. Here we go. This right here, funny stuff. To me, at least.
Has Tolland been giving the refugees any trouble?
Nah, he's still nursing his pride over at his shop. I've seen Karja fuss pots made of tougher stuff than that brittle bolt. Anyway, he knows if he messes with the Shadow Karja, he messes with me.
If you've never had Ethiopian cuisine, like, you get this bread called Indira, I believe it's called, and it's like a sourdough crepe, but thicker.
I gotta go, Petra.
And it absorbs
That you
all of the
do.
juices from
I'll
these
keep the
stewed
seasoning for you.
vegetables and meats. And it's all seasoned very much like kind of that region of the world. Like if you've had other Mediterranean region foods, it's kind of like that. Which I know Ethiopia is not exactly Mediterranean region, but it's more that part of the world than other parts of the world, right? Okay. It's very like Indian food, like just it's a lot of spices, used more similarly to those styles of food than to American cuisine, right? And then the stews are called what? I believe, like W-A-T or W-O-T, I forget. And you take the little bits of bread and you use them like you're picking something up with a tissue to pick up chunks of the thick stews. And it's just a lot of flavors, a lot of spices, and it's just like stewed really long time, so it's just everything just so fragrant. And I clearly need to go get some. It's been way too long since I had it, but... And then a lot of it will also be like your very typical like goat meat, chicken, lamb, beef, but all in like lentils, greens, stuff. Very delicious food. Alright, where does this want me to go? Grab the fanghorn rib? Oh, okay. Wow, I'm like staring at but totally ignoring the line. Okay, before I leave the Daunt, I am going to go over here and grab this fanghorn rib because I want to do everything inside the Daunt before I start leaving the Daunt. So we will do that real quick. Wait, did it select that as a quest now? No, it didn't. Okay, so where am I going? Just across the way. I think this was, what? Yeah, it was east of wherever I was. It'll be fine. We'll figure it out. I'm a little confused that there's no flag on my... I guess there couldn't be because it's just a general area. So if we put the marker down, there's the flag. Alright, and that's all I needed from that. So let's go kill some fanghorns. Hello. How are you today?
There's the fanghorn. But I have to take the bullet with its rib.
Y'all need to calm down. What am I hearing on my left? Nope, just the reverb being weird. That's what. Wow, that felt like it maybe should have hit, but oh well.
Should be able to harvest its rib now. Got the fanghorn rib, now I just need the charger horns.
I should already have charger horns, like in a bunch. Oh, I probably sold them all actually. Oh, I should. Doesn't I get a free meal from Milduff that I just didn't grab? Oh well. I'm not grabbing green shine because it's cool to just have it in the environment. I like how it looks. It's funky. So, just leave it there. I don't need it. Waypoints. Yeah, my waypoint is associated with a different quest right now. You know, honestly, I don't like having this in my inventory, so I'm just gonna do that, do that, do that, and do this. It's like, that is a little bit of an OCD thing. There's a high morbidity with OCD and ADHD. Comorbidity. I probably have some features. There's some overlap. This is not a medical advice channel. Don't take anything I say as gospel or even reliable, because it might not be. I don't know what I don't know. I do have more experience and training than most people, but I'm also not a holder of any licenses or certifications at the moment, so. Oh, do they not? I had it up and then I deleted it, but oh wow, it's not on the compass. Wow, that's so weird. Or is it just because it's in the general same direction as the other waypoint? That's so odd. Good catch. I didn't even notice. I haven't really been using them, so. Alrighty. Oh, wait. What did I grab the Fanghorn bid for? I don't even know. Is it an errand? Oh, it's for... Okay, whatever. We're not doing that right now. It'll be fine. So probably after I finish up this Bristlebacks quest, I'm gonna probably sign off, because I have been on for a good bit today, and I have still some other things I need to do before the day is over, and it's a little bit late. It's 11 p.m. It's a lot bit late. But I'm a night owl. I have late starts to my day. It's just kinda what's always worked best for me. I always do a second or third shift. Pretty much one of those people that like gets a wave of energy as soon as the sun goes down, but can barely stay awake during daylight hours, no matter what kind of regimented planned sleep schedule I'm on. So lean into your strengths.
She's the one that gave those bristlebacks a run for their shards. Whoa!
Run for their shards. Some of the way that they've imported modern day phrases has been a little bit weird in this game. It felt a little more natural in the previous game, or maybe, I don't know, because I haven't played it since this game came out. In that game, I wasn't viewing through as critical an eye as I viewed this one, because, like, sophomore effect, I don't know, you know? You start having an expectation. I had no expectation for Zero Dawn.
Lukasha.
Forgot to follow up with her.
Better now, Aloy. When we laid
This was from
Sorrel to
the
rest,
Twilight Path.
I prayed and prayed.
Shadow Karja
I wanted
refugees.
guidance so badly. A way forward. A new home for our people. But no vision came.
So what did you do?
At first, I felt despair. Then it occurred to me. Maybe I saw no vision because the answer was right before my eyes. Maybe the Twilight Path led us right where we are supposed to be. Maybe our new home is here. Petra has been kind to us. Given us food, found us work. Some are even helping with her forge.
I'm glad you found your place, Lukasha.
Chainscrape is no paradise. But it is enough. What about you, Aloy? Have you found your place?
I don't know. I'm not sure I have one.
Sounds like you need a beacon.
I just want to give her a hug.
And your home. Savalhar now walks unburdened in the house of the sun. But I miss him still. That Talon fellow is afraid of Petra. I can see it in his eyes.
He damn well should be.
It's comforting to know that there is no arduous journey ahead. We are home. Savalhar now walks unburdened in the house of the sun.
I like that you can follow up with people after doing quests. I just keep forgetting to. For example, now that we're back in town, I do believe that down there. It's down there, yeah. You can follow up with Corbin as well.
Olvin can't just do things like this, can he? We almost died because of him.
Have you seen us? What are we supposed to do? Have Arnott throw his crutch at him?
I see you all made it back.
Hammer and tongs. That they did, Huntress. They tell me you blasted through the problem. Lokuf here came back trembling like a twig.
He looks a lot like their
What's
ball.
important is everyone made it out. No thanks to Olvin.
Have you talked to him yet?
We're on the waiting list.
Doesn't have the guts to face all of us at once.
We need to stick together, in case he decides to send his goons over.
You're all banged up as it is. I can deal with Ulva. You don't need to stick around.
We know, you old hammer.
Just stay safe.
Does this mean you're buying us all drinks then?
Not if I drink the tavern
Man,
dry
this
first.
load-in's a little rough right now. PS4.
I am never going into a mine again.
Like you're good at anything else.
Douse your forge, Locuff. Can't hurt that bad.
You don't have bruises on your behind because someone dropped you on your way out of the mines.
Does this mean you're buying us all drinks then?
Not if I drink the tavern dry first.
Yeah, they're great.
I am never going into a mine again.
Alrighty, that's good enough.
Like you're good at anything else.
I like how the lighting coming out of that looks very, very pretty. Onward we go. They really did an amazing job at making the settlements feel alive. This is where everyone stands and waits. No, this is not the one where everyone stands and waits. This is the one that Olvin hangs out in front of, and I'm just dumb. This is the one that Javat comes in and starts like being like, "This is my missing strike piece." Are you serious right now? This person is fucking relentless. Timeout. This person was on Joe Raptor's stream the other day too, and it was just like, are they just looking for gamers? Are they looking for, I don't know, but it's a freaking annoying ass bot, and sorry about that, everyone. Trying to, feel free to like report them or whatever. I'm not going to be on super much longer tonight anyway, but yeah, exactly.
I have other places to be.
I have tried looking into it. It doesn't really seem like YouTube says you're supposed to be able to hover over their name and block them, but I have blocked this person. If I go to their account, I've blocked this account. If you go to the profile, it says I've blocked them, and yet all that does is make it so they can't comment. I need to look into chat tools or an auto moderator that can like be better about that or something, but
how's the hunting and gathering going, Red?
Getting there.
What can I do for you?
Remind me, what do you need to make a javelin thrower?
You want me to reveal my trade secrets? In public?
A fang horn rib. And don't forget the charger horns. Intact. Ba-boom!
I love Boomer.
What she said. Just remember to shoot him off before the machine goes down. And keep it to yourself. Right, Red?
Love Boomer so much.
Don't be a stranger.
Loving much.
All the way out here?
Okay. Alright, let's go fight these rebels.
Hey,
The first time...
I could use your help. I I overheard officers here in Landfall talking about a patrol that's days overdue. I want to help, but when it comes to tracking down missing troops in the wilds,
I'll see what I can do.
It's very interesting having all of these quests come from,
when you get here. Hope to see you soon.
It's kind of neat to have done the story first and then
Off the horns for Dell and Boomer.
have stuff like that come in. And they'll give me the scoop on their people. I don't know, I'm doing this on foot. I have a bird. Miriam. I appreciate those icons, but it's kind of killing the whole no HUD vibe right now, not gonna lie. Also, am a little bummed that the bird hits random, like, invisible walls where it'll just stop flapping. It is pretty cool. They did a lot better job on that, but I feel like the dialogue has felt like less quest responsive at times. Or I guess I just like more wish that there was. Some of the choices they made kind of felt like they were just gutting the purpose of you making choices, I'll put it that way. Versus how the weight of choices felt a little more like what I did mattered in the first game, but then like some of the things from the first game, where it's like you have a choice in the first game to kill some people or let them live, but then those people show up definitely alive no matter what choice you made in the first game. And it's like, well, why'd I do it then? You know? Oh yeah! What's cool here is after you beat this, a merchant shows up that sells a bunch of stuff that, you know, the starting armor that looks like the Shield Weaver? You can get multiple versions of it. They sell like 3 or 4 different copies of it, which is kind of weird, but you'd have one in every color. Except for I don't think you can buy them all. I don't remember. We're gonna have to look after we finish this and see if they're there. Because I don't think I bought them.
Some kind of outpost. With pens. It might be where Regala's keeping her machines.
They at least felt in-game like they mattered, because it's like if you kill certain people, they're not going to be at the battle at the end of the game, right? I am on ultra hard, so maybe I should take this like a little more carefully, but I don't know, this also works. Damn, I thought that was aiming a lot more like at them than it was, but this will still work, maybe. Damn, okay. Should Probably get closer to him.
Okay.
There we go.
Save my blade!
Look around.
Like how earlier today I was like, oh, I'm so afraid of melee, and now I'm just like jumping in, like whatever. I don't know, I'm feeling narky and like looking these things in the face. Also, chargers are weak. This isn't like a level whatever, that was like level 25 and it's like a level 10 quest or something. Like it's chargers, so no. I do like the paint on him. Yeah, I'm doing fine anyway.
She's there!
Oh, already went down. Okay.
Pens, not that many machines. Where'd they all go? Better check in that cave.
Sorry, I have a problem. I will always grab all the resources everywhere, always, every time. There's like a part of me that will never sleep if I don't, so thanks for understanding. I don't know if you've seen Elkjaer? I don't know how his name is pronounced. I do, but I don't remember, or I don't feel confident that I'm saying it correctly, so I'm just gonna like announce that rather than just butcher it and never acknowledge that I may be butchering it. But they're a speedrunner in the Horizon community, and they have a video they put up. Oh look, Triforce. There's a Zelda Easter egg in this. I put up a video of how to unlock it in the cauldrons. All the cauldrons have Zelda Easter eggs. They have a video where they were speedrunning Horizon and intentionally didn't stop and pick up loot. It's just like, just to make people like me twitch, and just thinking about it makes me physically uncomfortable. Like, okay.
The drawbridge. That'd be my way across.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Gosh, it's just really been so much time since my first playthrough of this game.
How to drop the other side.
I mean, you shoot something and like knock it down. That works, if I recall. Or fly. You've got a birdie.
Scanning the bridge with my focus might show me something. There. Bridge is down.
Oh, you know what's going to be a really fun quest too is once we do all the rebel camps and go into that cave with Erend. The First Forge. Kind of weird now that we beat the game to do all the rebel camp stuff when it's like the Sons of Prometheus are leader is now
Bristleback
on our side, but they were planning to kind of like double-cross Silence if Silence tried to stop them anyway.
So the rebels were keeping bristlebacks here. The machines fell into the tunnel, which must have collapsed as they ran further in. What if Ulvin's explosives created the sinkhole? I should head back to Chainscrape to let Javad know.
Wait, was that really all of it? Anything else of interest in here, or do we just have a look and run? Like, especially because, like, even in the opening CG, and in the freaking trailers advertising the game, it's like, we see silence with people overriding the bristlebacks. So if you go in here, can you get into the Daunt? Is this the chamber where I fought them? I don't remember. I don't think it is. No. I probably did this already in my first playthrough, but what I really want to do is this, because it's just fun.
And the tunnel's blocked. Yep, not going that way. Now, how to get past it?
Oh my god. I want to blow this up. It's now the only thing in the world that matters to me. And then I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna turn this quest in, and I'm gonna sign off for the night, and I'm gonna watch everything everywhere all at once, which I have only heard amazing things about, so really excited that it's finally out to stream. How do I get out of here? I should have thought of that before jumping in, huh? We'll be fine. There's a creepy wind howling through. I know leaving the green shine goes against everything I just said about collecting loot, but green shine doesn't count, okay. Where's the exit though, for real? I'm having a rough minute here. Here it is. Okay, we're good. We're good. Recovering. Leaving. I don't think I can calm. Oh, I can calm my burden here. So when you come back here later, there's that merchant definitely is over here. Also, there's a spot due north of here that people suppose might be part of the DLC. I actually found it like 2 months before they had articles out about it, so I feel pretty proud of myself for discovering it on my own. It's, I think I found it on March 10th. And it's on video, so I know. This little, if you haven't seen it up here, there's an invisible wall you hit, which the only other times you hit those have been, like, because it's one of the can't enter this locations, and the rest of the game you only ever hit those when it's a spot that's eventually going to open up to be questable. So, got all these, like, zip lines and climbable things, and it's a whole ass Karja fort to the north. But what's interesting is there's actually a path as well that if you put the marker on it on the map, it'll like path you to it, or at least it used to, but now it's not, so that's kind of weird. Because it would like give you a little yellow pathway to it, or at least it did for me the first time I found it. It was telling me how to actually walk there, but now it doesn't, so I don't know. Weird. But you can get kind of decently far, like, off to the side around here and get a good look there with, like, a... It could be cut content, very much so, which is the same thing as the, There's these 2 underground panels over near the Karja dig site on the lake near the Death's Door quest that seem to be cut content to me because they're under buried rubble that looks a lot like other places that they've, like, closed in with rubble after the fact. Alright, I don't want my last save to be, like, loaded, so we're just gonna... But yeah, it's a very interesting little spot over here. And who knows, Though, because that also looks like a little bit of an artificially added separate piece of landscape that is not shaded the same as everything else. Just a little sus, but who knows what lies beyond. Yeah, I've seen that people have gotten back up there, at least on PC, and maybe also a few people on PlayStation, but it's interesting stuff. It's kind of fun. I hope we go to the Burning Shores, though. Mostly what I hope for, actually, is just that we run into Bryn and Gildan wherever they may be, which happens to seem to be the Burning Shores, but the game just is like, no, not allowed. I did you can get pictures of Regala during the fight that occurs down here, but what's interesting is in the CG stick it says she does not have her helmet on, but as soon as the fight starts she is in her helmet. So you can't get the pictures of Angela Bassett's muscular face. Painted muscular face. I like that you can just totally bypass half of this quest to talk to Silga up here. Just grab that while I'm here. Alright, we're gonna go to Chain Scrape, turn in that quest, and then I'm gonna turn it in for the night, so just a turn signal here. It's probably just a few minutes left on this. Whenever we get to the tavern, pretty much have a short chat, kick out Olvind, I think. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure this is the, like, you're gone now, Olvind, goodbye, you jerk, moment of truth. It's so pretty. And if gas wasn't so expensive, I would go up and actually go to this place in person. But I have not the most fuel economy friendly vehicle on the planet, so that's not happening anytime soon. I bought it when I was going to be moving across the country, and it did its purpose, and now I don't have a commute, so it doesn't really matter that I have it for when I need it, but it's not exactly a road trip vehicle. But it can tow a trailer. Serves a purpose, at least. It's so funky looking. I love it. I like that it's like the juxtaposition of this like beautiful silk ribbon with embroidery on it and the head of a nasty ass machine.
So, you've returned from the west. Any luck?
The bristlebacks were being penned by Tenakth rebels on the other side of the mountains. Ulvin's explosives opened up a sinkhole, dropping them into the tunnels.
Which they followed to the mine and out into the Daunt.
Right. Aside from the rebels, if anyone is to blame for the bristlebacks, it's Ulvin.
Radiant beams of the sun. And all this time he was pointing the finger at us. Bring Ulvin here. Petra, too.
I like that everyone knows, like, Petra's the one you actually defer to. If you haven't seen the reaction GIFs that they put out, and yes, it's pronounced GIF, I will fight. There is one of Aloy and Petra doing, like, the Schwarzenegger handshake. It's pretty great. I love it.
Blasted ale witch. You best be meaning to put pen to parchment.
Now, one thing that is in this name, speaking of climbing a mountain for Aloy to get her name, is Mount Whitney. I'm named after a mountain climbing trip my dad took.
Thanks to the Savior, the sun has shown
It's just another thing Aloy and I
on
have
the
in common.
incursion. Tanakh rebels were keeping pens of machines.
All I'm saying is nobody pronounces self-contained underwater breathing apparatus as SCUBA.
Into the underground tunnels that led east and out into the Daunt.
So it was an accident. But let us not forget that it was the Karja.
I'm not done. The sinkhole only formed due to your unauthorized blasting in the southern mine, Ulvund. You are responsible for the machine rampage, the workers we lost, the destruction the bristlebacks caused. All of it.
My dear magistrate, has your precious son baked your senses? I would never give such an order without first consulting you.
Evidence says otherwise. Aloy found the shipping manifest in the mine. You skirted the laws of the Sundom, Ulvund. All for a few extra shards.
You got people killed, man.
You almost drowned your other miners. And sent that oversized tool over there to intimidate a bunch of refugees.
I demand an official investigation. I won't be the victim of some Karja scheme.
Certainly. We'll conduct a thorough inquest into everything. The bristlebacks, the mine, the refugees. Every business deal you ever put your name to.
Well, that's not necessary, is it? What if I just return to the claim?
Oh, well, that would save the crown the cost.
Of course. I'll be on my way as soon as I wrap up some previous commitments, tie up some loose ends. After all, the welfare of Chainscrape's people in a transition like
Nope,
this...
you're leaving right now. Chainscrape will be just fine.
Thank you, Aloy.
She can run this scorched-out forge dump? Ha! Knock yourself out.
Get out.
Oh, don't want you, don't need down with all
Get off me!
Mud looks good on you, Ulvund.
As the sun burns away shadow. Thank you for that, Aloy.
I love Petra so much.
Here, please accept this token of gratitude. You've done the Sundom.
I thought about
my side,
making a cosplay of her. I've never cosplayed before,
and I believe we have some matters.
but I feel like I could pull off Petra pretty good.
Guess we do. Not the most pleasant boots to fill, but I'll wear them. All thanks to you, Flame Hair.
He is kind of like a mini version of the
Better
Zeniths.
off with Petra in charge.
Like in that it's the same greed and self-interest that's like kind of manipulating and using people for personal gain while trying to actually get out of making a real contribution. It's the same villainy that's they embody. But we are going to have a quick chat with Petra and with Javad, whatever his name is. The Willing, because it's pretty funny to talk to him because he goes in this little building and finds all the shit that Ulvund stole from him.
Aloy, please pardon the mess. I had expected to have this cleared out by now, but the task
It's
has
been
proven
30 seconds,
monumental.
man.
Is this all Ulvund's?
As much as anything was ever Ulvund's. After we ran him out of town, his thugs tried to come back for his belongings. Turns out, Ulvund was forced to leave a lot of ill-gotten gains behind. And also a lot of rubbish. The man had a malodorous penchant for hoarding.
And,
Hey!
How are things in the rest of the Daunt?
Running quite smoothly now.
Don't say
thanks
that to me. I have
Petra's
like 14,000 sparkers.
Repairs at Barren Light are back on track. You set things right around here, Aloy. If it weren't for you...
It's kind of a bummer that conversations like this are missable.
That's my lucky bristleback piece. I thought I lost it. I've won 9 games thanks to this sun-touched piece. But how did Ulvund... No matter. Now we'll be back in business.
Take care, Javant.
This guy's also useless, but at least he's like knows the right people to defer to. But he's an absolute figurehead and not really
Maybe my slippers are around here too.
competent
By the
either.
sun, my spyglass too. 11 bottles of sun wine, 19 crates of Spitfire, an entire cask of scrapper sap. What does one man need that much drink for?
Have you met Erend?
Maybe my slippers are around here too.
I think
By
that's
the
everything.
sun, my spyglass too.
Yeah, that's everything.
11 bottles of sun wine, 19 crates of Spitfire, an entire cask of scrapper sap. What does one man...
And I think the other dude is just gone. Because there's a data point in his place over here that appears after you run them out of town. So, I missed this data point my first playthrough. Hey Jedi Dad, sorry to break the news to you, I'm actually about to sign off. Was just kind of wrapping up this last quest for the evening, and then I have heard it told that Everything Everywhere All at Once is now streamable, so I plan to watch that after I get off, because I have been waiting to see that movie since I first heard of its existence. I've heard only amazing things about it, and that basically it's not really an experience you can describe, just one that you can have. And also that it will make you cry and that you need to watch it a second time after the first time because everything will hit a different way. So that is the plan. I know, right? I will hopefully soon get the executive function to sit down and figure out how to get like an auto moderator on here just to help manage that kind of crap because that's really annoying. Like,
Stealth, power, protection.
I'm not offended by pornographic content. It's just like I don't want my YouTube shut down and I don't like spam. So I worked in a hospital. You get used to nudity.
Back for that free meal?
And gore.
Peruse my menu.
Alright, I will peruse your menu, and I'm gonna get donuts, buddy. I know, you know, I've got one more quest in me. Just because there's enough people just came in that I'm like, you know, let's just do one more short, something short. I got one more in me. Donuts. The future is bright. No, and just because I'm like not offended by it doesn't mean I like want it in the chat, but it's just like this is also pretty great. This is I think Dayla and Boomer get kicked out. No, this isn't the one that gets Dayla and Boomer kicked out of town. No, is it? No, it's not. It is. I think personally that this is a reference to some of the critique they got on the gameplay preview, where there was a lot of shit about all of the model designs. Particularly, people took one bad still frame of Aloy and then made that out to somehow represent the entire game, and that was a whole thing that was overblown and dumb. But the legitimate criticism was Aaron's eyebrows were gone. Like, they just were non-existent in that gameplay preview, the one that came out in May of last year. That had the quest that doesn't end up existing in the game in San Francisco, where Aaron looked like he had gotten kidnapped by Regala's rebels. Aloy was rescuing him and giving a Oseram guard a drink. And Aaron's eyebrows are like just not there. So I think, especially given the text of data point 63 that was just not in the game, that being a reference to something not making it into the game that shipped. Yeah, it's really not as bad as people made it out to be, but it's like, it's still noticeable. Once you know to look for it, you're like, oh, you know, they were onto something. But it's also, it's kind of like, yeah, but if you go back and look at some of the Zero Dawn stuff, they kind of did that with that too. Some of the stuff they showed misrepresents how it ends up figuring into the game, or just gives a different impression that it ends up playing out, which like makes sense because you don't want to spoil what's really going on. And it is pretty standard to have like your demo, because people need, like, when you're building the demo, you can't have it be in something that's actually what people need to be working in to build the game. But I don't know how game dev works well enough to actually give legit commentary on that. But something I was really bummed about is how that made it look like the seagulls would like, or the pelicans would like dive actively around you and stuff that like doesn't end up really being a thing they do in the game as much. Like the world felt a lot more alive in the demo. That's my bigger disappointment. But it did give enough of the feel about like what the game was going to be about that I didn't feel like totally like the rug was pulled out, but it was a little frustrating that it seemed like kind of a misdirection. Because of how, like, there's like, I like misdirection, but there's a degree to which it get used in this game that made it to where it didn't feel meaningful anymore, because I think I was saying in earlier stream, like, I was so used to misdirection that by the time we had, just in case people haven't played that far, a major character death at one point. Won't say who, won't say when at right now, but I didn't believe that the person had actually died because I was so used to being misdirected. So. I am not a baby. So great. We tried to warn you. I just love what they did in here. Was that a reference to the boar quest in the first game? Because there's definitely a quest where a boar swallows a ring in the first game. And you have to fish it out of its mouth. Also, there's a really funny incident that occurs at one of the tables where some people arm wrestle. Here we go. I think they're gonna do it right now. Wait, are they? Oh, they just said it! They just said it! They just said it! Damn. Okay, so, basically, she's like, oh, well, I know why that arm is stronger. And he's like, yeah, I've been practicing a lot. Wait, no, not like that. That's as good as like the Gaia version 6.9, where it's like, it's subtle, but it's like the 12-year-old humor is there and it cracks me the fuck up. Because I have 12-year-old humor. Like, it's funny. We'll finish out this one, just so I'm around for a little longer, because I'm very close to being done with it. Okay, they haven't been run out of town yet, but once I finish this quest, they do get run out of town because
How's hunting
of
and gathering going, Red?
an incident that occurs. And so you come back here and there's a data point saying why the stall has been closed down, and I think there's a bounty on their heads.
I'll be on my way.
Don't be a stranger.
Possibly, and that's why they end up in Vegas. One thing I am...
It's Cotallo. If you're in need of provisions, I recommend stopping by Salt Bite, a village north of the Grove. Their cook's meals give a soldier strength like nothing else. And who knows, maybe they could use your help too.
Maybe I'll check it out. Thanks. There's a charger herd. Gonna have to shoot off the horns.
I forgot what I was saying. Sorry. Oh, just that they go to Vegas. Oh, I'm bummed that I was trying to do the game quickly and in one sitting by the time I got to Vegas, because the dialogue after Vegas is amazing. Yeah, run away. Oh. I've been rolling into rocks today. That's a problem. Wow, zooming in that close is probably not the smartest idea.
Got everything I need for Della and Boomer. Now, to see about that weapon of theirs.
And the hero of the story was the one who kept the shards. Astro, feel free to drop the link into that Tumblr post you made of that video since you're able to. It's a great moment. In case you didn't stick around and listen to the guys in Moreland and Stemmer and Abaddon in Vegas, after you finish the Sea of Sands, if you hang out with them, they just pass a bottle around and just like chat and take in the fact that like they're gonna be fucking rich and living their dreams, and it's great. Some of the best vibes. It's like that little bit with the miners, but like turned up. It's just so great. And Abaddon cannot sing to save his life. But he tries. The thing is, the reason he can't sing is because he has no confidence, because he thinks he can't sing, and that's why he can't sing. It's like, dude, half of not singing is being timid. You gotta have breath support. Sing from your belly. They look so weird once you shoot their horns off. It's a Geth. Very Geth looking. You gotta think about, like, a lot of this is, It is. Man, can you imagine having the nerve to like yell that out as someone runs by you? People are so weird in this game. Wait, what Cotallo had cannon? Did I miss something?
I know that look. You've got all the parts, haven't you?
Here you go.
Outstanding.
They just give me
I
like
only
champion
need a few minutes
tokens.
to finish the prototype.
I'll take the version that won't blow my arms off. Thanks.
It makes sense for me.
Hi. So did you blow up any machines to get the parts? Or any bandits?
You really like explosions, huh?
I
Here
love
we
Boomer.
go.
With the boomsticks?
Oh, you betcha.
Is it safe?
Probably.
Can I have one?
No. Oh.
I just want Aloy and Beta to get to this place in their relationship.
Ba-boom!
Like socially awkward one and even more socially awkward one.
Hey, Red.
In the best way possible.
Treating ya?
Hope you're having a blast.
Ha 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 ha, that was a pun.
But ropes don't explode. Don't forget to blow up machines. Or bandits.
Boomer.
I love you, Boomer. Never change. Don't let the world break you.
Already working on my next prototype. Or at least I'm trying to. Boomer over here insists on adding explosives. How about a blast swing?
How goes it,
triple the ammo.
Do you know It'll make it better. No way.
Hey, Red. How's a javelin thrower treating ya?
Hope you're having a blast. Don't forget to blow up machines. Or bandits.
Boomer.
Okay, so I think if I leave and come back, they will have left. And by left, I mean gotten kicked out. I did I 100%ed it. I got all the data points. I did everything except for I forgot one strike board. And I'm okay with that. Yeah, so it turns out, as I've read, growing pains aren't even supposed to be a thing that happens, and it's kind of an urban myth that it's just like something okay to have in the first place. I don't know how true that is though, so don't, again, nothing here is like medical advice. It's just something I read that had me like, wait, what? But it was someone claiming to be a doctor that had like a white or a blue tick that means they probably are actually a doctor saying it. So, because the doctors I follow tend to be actual doctors. But I don't remember all the details of it, so, one, that. Two, I'm sorry you're experiencing that. I get Charlie horses kinds of things like that every now and then that are the worst. Like, so like shin splints or? I loved it. I loved getting to go out and blow up machines with Boomer and getting her little weapon, the Shredder Gauntlet. Are there two? No, are there two or are there three missions with them? There's. Don't you have to fight a shell or get shell bolts or something? You have to get her shell bolts. And she like runs off and you go looking for her. So I just really also love like that, like obviously like they're annoyed with each other's differences, but they like love each other through them, and I think their dynamic that you get to explore with Dayla and Boomer is just really sweet and beautiful. Still here? What do I have to do to get them kicked out?
Hey, Red.
Maybe travel further away.
You?
I don't know, but that was an additional quest, and I am gonna head off for real now, and we'll pick it back up tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Let me.
Hope you're having a blast.
I think so probably around the same time I got on today, like somewhere around 4 or 5 p.m. It's going to depend on how things go earlier in the day, but that'll be the window I'm aiming to get on at. Yes, that is what I will be aiming for, and Definitely on by 5 p.m. at the latest, possibly as early as 4 p.m. And if that doesn't work out, if you check my Twitter, I will post about it if that changes. That is, I'll just put the link to that in the chat real quick. It's just at SIENDOEL. It's the same username as this YouTube, but there is where I announce any changes or anything like that, because YouTube doesn't really, either I just don't know the interface well, or it doesn't have a really great way to do that, or I don't know. But if there is, just like blocking people from chat, I haven't figured it out. Because normally I've only streamed for a few people, and I can just message them. But I'm happy to have everyone here. It's really fun and exciting. It's just like, oh, I gotta learn how to do more with more people here. So, really appreciate you all coming in, and I'm gonna head out now. So have a great night, and thanks for hanging out. They do? I'm gonna have to look in how to, I just need to like learn how to use it. I've only been streaming for a few months really, and so like there's a lot where I'm just kind of like learning as I go. But I'm having fun with it, and like I'm not above just being like, I straight up don't know what I don't know. So we'll figure it out. If you do you know of any specific streamer resources or anything, I'd be like more than happy to check out if someone has like something they'd recommend. Or I do have like better equipment too. I just need to actually figure out again how to set it up. Like I have a like a Yeti mic, but I kind of like these headphones better. Do they sound okay? Like, does the sound pretty clear, or is like, if I like take a sip of my drink, is it like obnoxiously loud, or how does everything kind of come across? Just before I go, out of curiosity. You don't have to answer that though. Just curious if there is anyone that has input. Okay, sweet. I do talk weird with these because they are, like I was saying on the stream earlier today, like custom molded to my ear canals. So the way I hear myself is weird. So I end up enunciating all my words very strange. Like this is not how I normally talk, but I end up, all my consonants sit weird in my mouth because I'm trying to keep my ear canals from moving because I can feel it. So I almost develop a strange accent, which is kind of weird to me, but... And I end up like talking more in my sinuses and nose because I don't like it resonating in my head with the way that my headphones like seal my ear canals. But anyways, I'm gonna head out for tonight. I will see you all between 4 and 5 p.m. Mountain Standard or Pacific Daylight Time, depending on how you want to think of it. It's daylight savings time is in effect right now, right? Arizona does not participate, fun fact. So I get a little confused because we just don't move. But we remain on Mountain Standard, which is the same as California for half the year, and then it's not. But I forget which half we're in right now. Anyway, roughly, what, 16 to 17 hours from now. We'll go with that. Anyways, I'm gonna head out for real this time. Have a great night, everyone. Bye-bye.